Okay, so my name's Steven, and I'm running for VP Social this, next year. This semester, I had the pleasure of being hired onto the council as a director of student engagement, and because there was no VP Social this year, the role was vacant, so the current VP Internal took it on, and I've sort of worked really close with her right now to fulfill the duties of the VP Social. So I feel like I sort of have, know how the role goes. So, yeah, sorry, I'm not going to help you speak. So currently I'm working on Club Scout and Grad Ball. I'm having a lot of fun doing that, and we're proud to have the opportunity to work with Kina in the marketing department this year. And also, we've increased our social media following by over 400 students. So I want to continue that next year by reaching out to more students. A few things I would change next year would be just for 101 week. I was 101er this year, so there's a couple logistical things I would change for next year regarding just capacities for events. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go on the boat cruise. So, just to work on, make sure that all the kids we sell for 101ers, everyone can go to the events. And also this year I had the opportunity to sit on a first year roundtable, which was initiated by the HRA. I'd like to next year work with the VP Finance and try and allocate some funds so that we can host an event just for first years, because mainly what my role would be just hosting 101 week and then fourth year events and Clubs Gala. My other main thing that I would like to change next year is I'd like to aid the clubs more in executing and planning their events. Currently, or last year, there wasn't so much the VP Social was involved within the clubs, but I'd like to implement a roundtable bi-weekly or monthly for all the VP Social, well, VP Marketing and VP Events in all the clubs to get together and sort of figure out what works in their events and what doesn't, and also collaborate with them. Just recently, we collaborated with HRA for Wellness Week, and I believe it was a great success because we were able to reach so many students through both of our channels. And yeah, so that's about it. I'm open to answer any questions about my platform if anyone does have any. And just get out and vote next week.
All right, so as again, we only have one candidate running for this position. We'll go right to question and answer. Can I take the speakers list? Perfect. Anybody else? All right, so Josh. Oh, cool.
So one of the big issues that Telfer has with student involvement with belonging to activities is the francophone student involvement. I personally know a lot of francophone students who don't get involved because they're too scared and they don't go out to these events because it's like, oh, only the English people go, I won't go. As VP Social, you're in charge of, I guess, like making events like 101 week, grad ball and stuff. What do you plan on doing to make this event more accessible and make francophone students feel more comfortable coming to these events, thus increasing the turnout?
Yeah, so I guess I could just ensure that all of our marketing for the events is not biased to one language, just so that all the francophone students they don't feel discouraged to come. In terms of getting more francophone students to come out, I would have to, it's just, you can only market events so much, but I feel like I'd work with the VP Internal just to sort of try and get more francophone students to come out by you can't really I don't know, I would just have to sort of just market the event so that it's not biased to either English speaking students or French speaking students.
prior to grad ball, and you said you were doing club scout, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What other events or any type of event planning or anything like that have you been part of?
So this year, just at Telfer right now, I basically headed up Wellness Week, so I planned mostly everything that revolved around Wellness Week, as well as Student Appreciation Day. But if I go back a year, I was the catering coordinator for the golf course I worked at, so I planned big banquets and stuff, and coordinated like the golf side and the banquet side. But also in high school, I was also the president of the athletic association, so I planned the athletic banquet and buyouts, like just sporting events and all that. So I feel like I do have a pretty good background in event planning, and I'm also very organized, and I've got event like outlines and all that. I feel like I have a lot of experience in the event planning sort of role.
So the second question is, since Telfer has a billion events, I know you said you want to create a new event, if I'm not mistaken, for first years.
Yeah.
And would that run through student council?
Well, right now, the roundtable that I'm sitting on, we're actually looking to hold an event at the end of February, I think. It's sort of just the first year social, because right now, first years don't really come out to all the events that the clubs hold because they're too afraid to like come out because they might not know anyone. So we're sort of just planning a like social event in the club's lounge, informal. Just come out, meet your fellow first years, and we're hoping to have all the clubs open so that you can meet all the exec on the clubs, just to like make the first years feel more involved in the community right now.
Tanner?
So question building on the first one, for bilingual summit, curriculum representation on council. One of the ways that a lot of other fed bodies address that issue is by having two VP social roles, so Franco. So my question to you is, would you be supportive of splitting the role of VP social into both languages to ensure that
I would be supportive, but I believe that would be in the Constitution right now. There's only one VP social role, so I believe that would be something that would have to be passed in an AGM and sort of worked out through the president. So I would be completely supportive, even if hiring a director on just to sort of work with VP social that is francophone. That's something we could like look at for next year. But regards to splitting the role, right now, our constitution only states that there's one VP social, so that would have to be changed.
In the past, I know there's been issues where it's about money.
Yeah.
I know there's been issues where help yourself with kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to predict exactly how many attendees you'll have.
Yeah.
But there's always a large, not large, but like a handful of helper students left behind essentially. What do you think can be done about that?
That's actually in my platform. I just didn't want to list my whole platform off, but I want to work on the like one-on-one week right now. It's really set in stone. Like it's an amazing week. Like you kind of just play along every year, but making small changes. So I'd be looking at increasing the capacities, sort of, since we are the largest faculty. Definitely holding events that are going to be accommodating to more students than this previous year, because we are probably going to have more one-on-ones next year than we did this year.
So you were part of one week this year, right?
I was the first year, so I was a one-on-one.
So you experienced like this organization that was happening, like you said, like the venues over capacity, and you know buses weren't exactly on schedule, they weren't up to them, and you said there's a few issues you need to work out, right? So
Yeah.
how do you specifically plan on fixing those logistical issues that happened in last year's one week to make sure that this year's one week will support the planning of one smoothly?
I just really plan out one week this year. I've talked to the previous VP social, and he's sort of given me some advice on what he did last year that sort of didn't work this year. I know he wasn't in one week this year, but he planned the whole week. So sort of I'd just be trying to expand on what already is in place. And I already know buses, but the thing with the buses is it's not that it's sort of our fault, it's more that there's so many buses going to like different faculties for all, because we're all renting buses. that it might be the bus company getting a little confused, so I could work with them to make sure they're on time. But also, one issue that a lot of fellow one-on-oneers expressed this year was the problem with the line. We were always standing in line for over 2 hours, but the previous VP Social cleared that up for me, and that there's a reason behind that is that we're supposed to be waiting in line just so that all the one-on-oneers can sober up before they go to the event. So that's the main thing that I wanted to change, but then I sort of realized that I can't really change that because it's taking place for a good reason.
So then in terms of the actual organization of the guys that are running the events,
Yeah.
how do you plan on making them organized? Because this year everything was last minute, everything was given to us, and meetings were organized properly. So how do you plan on people managing the team that's going to execute and oversee all those events for me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be living in Ottawa this summer, so I'll be in person. I won't be like I'm Skyping in or anything. But I plan on choosing a very well organized and like time management committee to plan one-on-one week. And when I set a deadline, I meet the deadline. So I won't be just I won't be just going like, oh, it can get done later. Like I'll be up getting things done.
And last thing, so just curious, do you have any party event experience, or do you just have the galas and experience? I didn't kind of follow the experience.
Yeah, so I don't have very much party planning event experience. I've planned a lot of parties. I've only planned one event at a sort of bar. It was a fundraiser for a child that just got cancer. So I do have some experience like planning events with bars, but also I'd be very open to going and meeting the managers of the bars and like figuring out what works and what doesn't within their events, and just making sure that everything's a success.
Yeah, so this might not be a social question, but do you have any plans to facilitate more relationships with other faculty that you have in class?
With other faculty?
Plans like that?
Not at the moment, no. I do have a long transition period, so within that transition period, if I do see area to work around where we could be holding an event to meet other people from other faculties, then I would definitely work with that and try and make it a success.
So you spoke of your the VP social or VP events and VP marketing roundtables. As we know, Helper hosts a lot of events, whether it's clubs, the faculty, and oftentimes they tend to fall on the same time period, night, and so forth. How, in concrete steps, do you plan to build conflict resolution between the clubs and creating facilitation between them so that we work collaboratively rather than on
Yeah, so within the roundtable, I'd like to maybe host a meeting every 2 weeks or so. So everyone can get together and hopefully we can come to a conclusion where it's better that there's no overlapping events because obviously if two clubs are having an event on the same night but people that want to attend both events, one club's going to suffer attendance and I just have to, I know that when VP events and VP marketing are selected for their club, they're very reasonable people and they're not. So I believe if we do work together in a round table every 2 weeks, just so everyone's on the same page, we won't have conflicts where there's 3 clubs having the same event, an event on the same night. If that clarified your question.
Okay. I have one last question. So it's in regards to bilingualism. So you said earlier on that there's only so much you can do in regards to bilingualism and getting more French students to events. That being, and you did say that making marketing not biased in regards to both languages would be a solution. However, I believe that is something we already do. I know there was a little bit of a difficulty with it at the beginning of the year when we didn't have direct translation, but I believe that has been fixed. What do you actually believe will make a difference in regards to attracting more French students in terms of things that we aren't doing at the present moment?
I believe it would make a huge difference is if we did have some solely francophone directors or sort of like event planners on council, because that would encourage them to give their input and what francophone students would prefer, and then we can mix that together and like sort of not be biased to anglophone students or francophone students. But I believe if we did have a director that helped plan the events for that was francophone, they could not only draw their friend groups in, but provide a different area of expertise.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions for VP Social? All right, with that, we'll close this question.